Hi, I'm Jay Nocton. I'm the Pediatric Rheumatology Fellowship Training Director at the Medical College of Wisconsin and Children's Wisconsin. And I'm here today with both of our fellows, and we're going to do a little Q&A. I'm going to be asking the fellows some questions about our program, about Milwaukee, about the things they've liked about training here. And we hope that this gives you an opportunity to learn more about the program and what it would be like to be a fellow here. So we're going to start. I'm going to start by asking each of our fellows to introduce themselves. We'll start with Danielle. Danielle, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. My name is Danielle Fair, and I'm the current third-year Pediatric Rheumatology Fellow here.
And Nassim?
Hi, my name is Nissim Stolberg. I am currently the second-year Pediatric Rheumatology Fellow here at the Children's Hospital.
Okay. So Danielle and Nassim, I have a lot of really difficult and challenging questions to ask you, so I hope you're ready. The first one I'll direct to Nassim. Nassim, just tell us, why did you choose our program? Why did you want to come here?
So choosing Medical College of Wisconsin for my Pediatric Rheumatology Fellowship came down to the excellent record they had in their training their previous fellows, who've gone on to have very successful academic careers, the strong faculty that they bring to the table, and one of the most important things was the family-friendly atmosphere of the department. During my interview, I found that the faculty here at the Children's Hospital had the background, they had a strong nature to guide me towards my rheumatologic interest, and I felt that they could help me with my career development.
Thanks, Nassim. And Danielle, what would you say?
So I'm a little bit different than Nassim because I did all of my years of pediatric residency here. So I was able to really get to know the program, just about rheumatology in general, and the people who worked within rheumatology really well. And so I felt like after getting to know them that they'd be people that were going to be able to help me become the best pediatric rheumatologist I could be, and would push me in the endeavors that I was interested in, and would help, make sure that I was successful in whatever I chose. And so I think that was really important, as well as just getting to know them personally and enjoying who they were just as people.
Thanks, Danielle. We're going to stick with you, Danielle, with the next question. So if someone was looking at pediatric rheumatology fellowships and thinking about a lot of different programs, what advice would you have as they're considering our program and relative to all the other options that they might have?
Yeah, so I think in general, looking at a fellowship program, it's, kind of like residency, but with pediatric rheumatology, you have a little bit of a smaller knit community. And so you have a little bit more ability to figure out where you feel, you're going to be most successful, like I said, where the people are going to really push you into your areas of interest, and you feel like you're not going to be forced into doing something you're not interested in, such as if you're not interested in bench research, but you like QI, finding a program that's willing to help make you successful in QI, I think is very important. And when you're looking for a program, as well as just something in general, you feel like you're going to fit, you feel like you're going to get along with most of the people and have good relationships with them because you are working with them pretty closely every day. And so somewhere where you enjoy spending a lot of your time as well, I think is very important in finding a program. And I mean, a lot of the programs overall are just going to be really good with education, but you want to make sure that there's a good educational system, good teaching, because that's how you're going to learn. You're going to learn by reading, but you're also going to be learning clinically on hand. And so you want to make sure that the fellows that are in that program feel that they're getting good teaching outside of just reading articles and reading books, that the faculty are really involved in that education and teaching, because that's one of the most important aspects, I think, of a fellowship program.
Thanks. And Nissim, what would you say about advice you would give to someone thinking about coming to our program, and how that will help them to make the decisions about what program they want to train in?
So my best advice for somebody that's considering coming to our program is, if you're looking for a program that allows you to be open-minded, allows you to continue to strive to learn more, and most importantly, I think especially in rheumatology, allows you to become an independent thinker, I think our program does that. I think many of the faculty members teach you from different angles, and I think over the 3 years that you will spend at our program, all these angles will come together to create a good, strong pediatric rheumatologist who will be able to go out and be independent and be able to be successful in the world.
All right, Nassim, we're going to stick with you for the next one. You'll get to go first this time. What would you say is your favorite thing specifically about the medical college or Children's Wisconsin?
So my favorite thing, and the thing that helps me a lot, is there's always a positive vibe, a positive spirit when you come into the hospital. And I think in a career like medicine, having a continuous feeling that's positive will give you the strength to return day in and day out and give your best. And I think when you give your best, you learn the most. So if you are considering coming to the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, it will be a positive experience and hopefully will help you guide you.
Thanks. And Danielle?
So piggyback a little bit off of what Nassim said, Children's is a big hospital in terms of you get to see a lot of pathology. There's a lot of interesting things as well as just kind of bread and butter that come through here that you're a part of in general. But it seems small enough that you get to know all of the staff personally. So not only do you know who's within your department, but you get to know a lot of the other departments and other staff in those departments pretty well because you work closely with them and because, everyone's kind of a little bit of a smaller knit group. And I think another one of my favorite things where you get to know people too is the Thursday program for the residents called Professor Rounds. And I love just seeing the aspect and seeing the minds of all the different staff around here, all the different attendings trying to figure out really interesting cases and kind of being pimped by the residents on the cases. I think it just is a great way for us to all come together and work together and just shows kind of what Children's is all about.
The fellows know this. My favorite thing is the Starbucks coffee cabana that sits right downstairs from our clinic. And it gives me the chance to go and buy you guys coffee. So one of my favorite things. So just to give others a different perspective, Danielle, what's your favorite thing about Milwaukee in general?
So I grew up about an hour north of Milwaukee, so I love Milwaukee in general, but some of the things that I really enjoy are, and I feel are kind of unique to our area, are some of the festivals we have during the summer. Pretty much every weekend during the summertime, there's some sort of music festival, ethnic festival, strawberry festival going on. And then in the surrounding suburbs, there are a lot of fall festivals and winter festivals that are going on that I just love being able to attend and go to during free time. And of course, Milwaukee's a big enough city that you get a lot of sports coming through, you get theater coming through, so really anything you like, big music groups coming through, you really have that opportunity to enjoy when you're trying to, take a break from work and get out and enjoy some life.
Thank you. And Nassim?
So some of my favorite things around the Milwaukee and the Wisconsin area, I started out a little south of here in the northern suburbs in Illinois, but through my years here, I have explored a lot of the city a little bit. I have 3 children, and we've gone to the Children's Museum here, and every time we've gone, they've had a wonderful time. And we've done a lot of the things in the area as well. We've done apple picking, blueberry picking, and strawberry picking, and I think there's just a lot of indoor-outdoor things, if you're a family person, that will make you very happy.
It's really an easy access place. I mean, I've said that for the 25 years that I've been here now. Having grown up in Philadelphia, having a wife who's a New Yorker, having lived in big cities, the ease of life here is great. And as you guys mentioned, there are all kinds of things to do. And I don't even have to think about traffic and parking and all that stuff that is a little bit more difficult in other places. So that's what I like about Milwaukee. So I want to ask you guys about the research you've been doing. Both Danielle and Nassim have been working on research projects. Nassim, why don't you tell us about the research that you've been doing?
So I've been doing research exploring unique NOD2 mutations in autoinflammation and immunity. The NOD2 protein is a protein that's essential to the innate immune system, and it's essential to your primary immune response. Additionally, I've been exploring underlying genetic changes in patients with systemic onset juvenile idiopathic arthritis and patients with a history of MAS, or macrophage activation syndrome.
Great. And Danielle, do you want to tell us about what you've been working on?
Yeah, so I did my research in clinical research, and I focused on mental health, specifically anxiety and depression within our juvenile idiopathic arthritis population by using the new patient-reported outcome measures that have been recently developed by the PROMIS Network.
Terrific. Thank you. Danielle, we're going to stick with you. How do you think things work between fellows and residents here at MCW and at Children's, and what do you think that relationship is like?
I think it's a great relationship, honestly, being both from the resident side of having worked here and then now being on the fellow side. The residents really like to learn from you, so it's a great opportunity if you're interested in teaching to really work on your teaching and your education. The medical students even that we work with within our clinic too, they really just all have this interest in really wanting to, you know, soak up all the information they can when they're working with you. And so it's always positive, I think, in terms of just working yourself on teaching and explaining things, you know, to them that can help you in terms of how you explain things to your patients, but also their benefit in getting all the education that they get. And then they also, you know, help remind you of some of the general pediatric stuff that you may forget as you go further and further into your specialized training. And so they are always staying on top of things, and usually are really great quality residents too to be working with.
Thank you. And Nassim?
So from my experience, I came from an outside institution. I feel that the relationship between the fellows and residents here has always been very positive. It's always been very collegial. I don't think that the residents feel that they're below us, and I don't think that I feel like I'm above them. I think everybody, there's a very equal understanding between everybody. I always feel like I'm always ready to teach them if they want to learn. I always feel like they're ready to help me, especially at the beginning when I came here. They were ready to help me integrate myself. That might be a do-over.
No, I wouldn't worry about that. It can be hard when you're coming from another institution when you don't know the residents. It's a little bit easier when you stay at the same place. But Nassim, you quickly earned their trust, and you guys know this from your evaluations. The residents and the students have given you rave reviews for your teaching. So you have done a great job with them as well. Nassim, we're going to move on to the next question. Nassim, in your day-to-day life as a fellow, both clinical and in the lab, what would you say has been the thing that you have enjoyed the most? What has been your most favorite part of your fellowship training?
My favorite part of the fellowship training has been probably working with the faculty in the clinic, working with the patients, and working in a very positive environment always energizes me, always gives me an extra bit of strength to move forward and to help people. And I think that that is one of the most important things in my training. And it's been the best thing about my training. The clinic and how everyone works together definitely allows for there to be excellent outcomes, especially with the patients, but I think also with the learning. So if you're looking to come to the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, you will have a good positive environment in the clinic, and I think that's extremely important for your learning.
Great. And Danielle, what would you say?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Naseem. Kind of goes off some of my other answers is that our group is a smaller group, and so we really get to know each other and know each other's styles and working close together. And each faculty is really invested in the fellows and the fellows education, and not only the attendings, but the nurses. The nurses are really great to work with as well. And so just getting to know everyone more on a personal level and knowing that, you know, we have personal lives outside of the hospital that everyone takes interest in is important, I think, to, you know, keep mental health and positive vibes kind of flowing. And so it's been fun to go, you know, sometimes out with the nurses and go to dinner and just hang out just as normal people as well outside of work. And then the other thing is just that we're never alone. Our faculty and staff really do a good job of always making sure that if there's a difficult case that everyone's willing to ask questions, everyone's willing to answer them. It's not like you're alone in making your decisions. No matter if you're new faculty or old faculty, we all just work together as a team, which I think is really important to help take the best care of our patients.
Thank you. Danielle, we'll stick with you. We're getting to the end. Just this is really the last question. Can you just briefly describe a faculty member who's been a particularly excellent mentor for you or one who has influenced you?
Yeah, so I think I take that into two different areas because of different areas of interest of mine. Dr. Olson has been a good mentor in terms of helping me with my clinical research. She's done some of the work within the Pierre Coyne network and within the CARA network, and so she was a great mentor who knew kind of how to navigate some of those areas to really work on developing the clinical research project. And then she's also kind of helping me learn more about Pierre Coyne and what Pierre Coyne does. And then on my educational side of things and trying to better myself as an medical education individual, Dr. Nocton has really helped in that because he loves to teach, and just watching him and how he works with the residents and the medical students that come in is just something that I hope someday that as myself as an attending, I'll be able to also be able to do and just develop that relationship with them and become a really great teacher like he is.
And I buy you coffee once in a while.
Yeah, bonus.
Naseem?
So I also have almost like a split personality when it comes to this. So as far as clinical and as far as career-wise, Dr. Nocton has been especially integral. He's helped me learn how to focus my thoughts when it comes to working up a patient and seeing the big picture before you look deeper into it, almost looking at the forest before you look at the trees. And as far as my research, I didn't know where I was going to go when I started, but I think I've found my direction. And Dr. Verbsky has been an excellent mentor. He's always approached me with a strong understanding as to what my strengths and my limitations are. This has allowed me to grow a lot. It's allowed me to relax mentally while I learn. I think for any fellow, finding a mentor that gives you these things is very important because you'll be challenged to do things that you're uncomfortable with and you've never done before. And something that I heard on the first day of medical school, I think that he embraces this philosophy, is never lowering the standards, but always working to bring a person up to his standards. I think that in medicine, you need that because you don't want to peter off and forget things, but you want to become a stronger person.
I really appreciate everything that both of you have said. All of our faculty, we have a small group, and our fellows get to know all of the faculty extremely well. And I think you would say that in one way or another, all of the faculty have been excellent mentors for you, in addition to the people you named. So thanks for your comments. The last thing to ask you would be, do you have any other advice, anything else that applicants should know, anything else that would help them as they're considering potentially being fellows in our program?
I think for me, one thing is, because I just went through it, is that if you're interested in ultrasound, we have that capability here, which I think is important because some places don't have ultrasound machines or don't have faculty who have gone through some programming to really necessarily know how to teach ultrasound. And so myself just going through the US Sonar program, and Dr. Nocton has, I think that's one benefit and plus side, that we have that ability and that capability to do ultrasounds and joint injections in clinic, and have the faculty that can mentor you and teach you if you're interested in that.
Thanks. Yassine, you get the final word. Any final comments?
So whether you are a person who knows where they're going in terms of research and career, or someone who is still searching, this program will strive to give you every opportunity to explore your interests. They'll work with you to ensure that you receive the guidance you need to find your pathway, and most importantly, they'll work to ensure your social emotional health. It's a family-friendly atmosphere. During my time here, they've always worked with me to ensure for myself and my family's well-being. They care about family and know that you may want one for yourself. You will not have to worry about ensuring that the time and space is available when you need it. It will be provided for you. If you're looking for a diamond hidden in the heart of the Midwest, the Pediatric Rheumatology program here at Children's Hospital, Wisconsin is wonderful.
Well, thanks a lot to both of you, and to those of you who viewed this. Thanks for joining us. Certainly contact any of us at any time if you have additional questions, and I hope you can explore the rest of our website to learn all you can about our program. Thanks, guys.